That's right.
Steve was helping us out.
I was the gopher.
Liquor run.
This is Steve. Glasker, go ahead, man.
Hey guys, everybody said everything they could say about the Vegas trip. It was unbelievable. The resort was huge. It was absolutely sprawling. You could see it from the freeway. That's how large this complex was. I mean, it was massive. I remember driving by it with Kimberly because we had a car, and I said, "What's that?" "Oh, that's where we stand." It was a huge place. It was near a place called the District where they had actually shops that you can walk into, so you could go shopping. There were theaters, there were restaurants. We went and ate at the Cheesecake Factory, which was off the chain, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I walked into the room, and what they're saying about the rooms, I walked into the room, and the first thing I did was started laughing. I went, I paid $59 for this, and I started laughing.
$20 a night.
I couldn't believe it. $20 a night for a 5-star resort. But you know, there are people who don't think this works. And that's what I said. Your belief level will rise when you go on a trip. Even if it's not a dream trip, you can go to the villas and condos and get some great deals on your own website. Go take a trip. And then when people tell you that this doesn't work, you can laugh. You won't take it so seriously. Because who cares what they think? They got to go to work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So just take a trip. It is unbelievable the value this company, everything that this company is, it is, and more. Remember that. Absolutely. The people are absolutely phenomenal. As a matter of fact, I borrowed Joseph's sunglasses because of the sun. I can't pull them off like he can because he's just straight chill. But Joseph, this is my third dream trip. Joseph and I actually went on the dream trip to Bedford, Pennsylvania. We landed in D.C., spent a great day in D.C., went to the resort was 2 hours away. For any of you who've seen Dirty Dancing, this resort was nicer than that resort. It was unbelievable, beautiful place. It used to be the summer White House for President McKinley. They had a flag that was hanging up in that place, was like 140 years old at the front desk. Rooms were absolutely incredible. They had 4 diamond. I noticed there's a difference between 4-star, 4 diamond. There's a huge difference between 4-star and 4 diamond. They have turn down service at night. They bring in some little muffins. I laughed. Those rooms are normally $350 a night. We stayed there for $199 a piece.
For how long?
For 4 days and 3 nights. We saved $700 on that one trip. Absolutely.
Bravo. I thought you missed the Las Vegas Strip and Elvis was instead.
Oh, that's right. While we were in Vegas, I ran across Black Elvis. He changed his name to Melvis. Plays ball with the fellas on the weekends in Vegas. And that was pretty cool. Fadia got a picture of she and he together. Yeah. Glad to see that he's alive and healthy. And he looks strikingly attractive.
He looks better black than white.
For a guy his age, he looks pretty darn good. So it was a lot of fun. We just had a ball. I mean, the extras that we got, Fadia just reminded me of. When we showed up, there's 30 of us. We had our own basic hostess that showed up there. Incredible party in this one little part of the hotel. Beautiful bar. Drinks included. And those drinks were like $10-15 a pop. And then on top of that, there was pizza and there were hors d'oeuvres, and this was all included. We didn't pay for any of this stuff extra. And then the next day, they had a cabana at the pool. Those things rent, by the way, on the weekends for $250. They got us a cabana at the pool. There was like a fruit tray, and we were kicking it, the water and the music, all included. We paid $59. Unbelievable. Yeah, Zach, I'm sorry.
When you flew to DC, was that included? Was it free?
No, because when you're talking about certain trips, the DC flight wasn't included. But you look at it this way, and I've had people ask me this when I show them the business. Was that $199 included? I'm like, no, it's $199.
Yeah, what do they want?
I'm like, what do you want? It's $199 bucks. So this would normally cost you $700. Now you have the money for the ticket. You know? And the airlines and the airfares on our site, I'm going to tell you, are incredible.
You know what, Stephen? I will say one thing to that because the airfares, we don't get a commission off of those. So I will every time we've gone somewhere. I've looked elsewhere to see what I can get, and I'm here to tell you that every time we've gone somewhere, I book on Rollvia for my airfare because it has turned out to be the best price.
That's 4 times in the last 5 weeks. We booked a guy from D.C. to Lima, Peru,
Oh, yeah,
and
you
back
would
for
tell me
$585.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That guys?
Oh my God.
$585 to Lima, Peru,
That
from
is
here,
unbelievable.
from
Yeah, from
D.C. and back.
Matter of fact, Steve, why don't you tell me that story you told me about the guy who booked off your website?
This is Steve, and he is, well, you tell him what you do and what's happened with you, sir.
Yeah, I'm under Steve Glasker, and a friend of mine, known him over 26 years, got me in the business. If you ever have any longtime friends, you ought to show them the business. And I got in the business, and I got business cards, and I'm at a little bit of an unfair advantage because I work in a hotel. So everybody in front of me travels, and they can't say they don't, but they definitely can say no, and they still do. So this one gentleman, older gentleman and his wife, they needed to go to Boston from Dallas, Texas, and they needed to rent a car for 10 days. He told me the best price he could get was over $1,000 for a medium-sized car for the 10 days in Boston right after July 4th. I said, you know, I can rent cars through our Rovia site and probably save you some money, which to me was a true statement. I didn't know how much money. And I said, here's my site, go to the site, let's look at it, see if I can save his money. It ended up, the Rovia site, he rented the same car for the same 10 days and paid $543.
Wow.
So his wife asked for a few more business cards. She says, I haven't had a travel agent in years. We're always going to use you. And I, pointed out the business, and I hope they come in the business, but even if they don't, it's another mouthpiece for all of us that says, hey, Rovia. So had another gentleman who hauls a $500,000 NASCAR around and parks it in front of Home Depots all over the country. He had to stay at a hotel for 10 days. He had to book something for the next morning. And I gave him the site. He went to it. He booked, and he saved 35% over the 10 days versus, booking to anywhere else. So again, he has to travel, and he uses it as well. So, yeah. So it does work.
Bravo. Give it up to Steve. There you go, bro.
Thanks.
Good job.